Obsessive compulsive disorder. Unwanted thoughts and fears known as obsessions. They lead you to do repetitive behaviors, and they get in the way of daily activities, causing a lot of distress. Here's an example. Keys, wallet, phone, ready. 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 Obsessive compulsive disorder. You feel driven to do compulsive acts to ease your stress, and they get in the way of daily activities, causing a lot of distress. But treatment can be effective. If you try to ignore them, they keep coming back. This is the vicious cycle of OCD. If you have OCD, you may be ashamed, embarrassed, and frustrated about the condition. But treatment can be effective. Hey, do you have your wallet? Let me check it. Keys, wallet, phone, ready. 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 Keys, wallet, phone, ready.
Your eyes, your look, something out of a storybook. Oh, it took everything I had inside, and I tell you how I felt last night. You were so damn crazy, my type of lady, driving me insane. You were up and down, but you stayed around, and I will never be the same. Can't get you out of my head. Ooh, like a melody. Out of my head. Like a melody. Like a melody. Goosebumps for sure when you were in slow motion. Oh, I
Yo, 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 yo.
seen anything like you before. Oh, I can't take it anymore. You were so damn crazy, my type of lady, driving me insane. You were up and down, but you stayed around, and I will never be the same. Can't get you out of my head. Like a melody. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Out of my head. Like a melody. Like a melody. Ooh, 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 ooh. Like a melody. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Out of my head. Ooh, ooh. Like a melody. Like a melody.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
You like the way. Take me back to the night we met. To the place that I won't forget.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
Like the firefly.
What's up?
Take me back to the night we met. To the place that I won't forget. Like a
You like what you hear or what? You like this song or not? What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? How are you guys? How is it going? What you're hearing is just my new song, Africa Firefly, that got released this past Friday. If you didn't know, the song is out every fucking where. In SoundCloud, in Spotify, in Apple Music, in YouTube Music, in Deezer, in Tidal, everywhere. Okay? So if you didn't, you can go and listen right now. Is this one. And for me, the second drop is the best one. So we're gonna listen to it. Marius, just check the pinned comment in the chat.
To the place that I won't forget. Like a firefly. Take me back to the night we met. To the place that I won't forget.
So guys, this is it. This is Africa Firefly. If you don't know the story, is a song I just dedicated to my girlfriend. I named it after her. As you can, her name is not Firefly. Her name is Africa, obviously. So yeah, I started the idea with her. If you didn't know, I have a story a reel on Instagram telling everything. But basically, I started the idea with her one Sunday. We made 10 years together this past Sunday, so I decided to give her the surprise to naming the song after her, because I knew she would like it. And I did it, and I released it by myself. You know how? Obviously, using DistroKid, like always. And as you can see in Instagram not, but on Twitch and YouTube, here you have a link where you have a 7% discount, you know? And in this case, the vocal is from a sample pack, but sometimes if I need vocals, I go to Vocalfy and I use this code, because this way I get it cheaper. And you can also use it, of course. But you need to make a remix competition for this song. Love the melon this. No, I'm not gonna make a remix competition on this one. Probably this year I'm not gonna make a remix competition. I will see, but probably not. Because remix competitions take time, take work to get the prizes, you know, and contact the brands, give something in return to the brands, of course. I've seen the delay, the remix competition have been going down, the ones I've done, you know. For example, on Out of My Head, there were more people participating than in Like a Melody. And they take so much time, and then the problem is when I release the remixes, I need to work on them, you know. But it's difficult because if, let's say, I can get 50,000 streams. Okay, if I release 3 remixes, I need to divide that work in these 3 remixes, so they cannot get 50,000 each of them. You know, it's like 50 between those 3, so it's like 15, 18 on each one. So, yeah. So I'm not sure. Maybe I do it. I don't know. Probably not. But maybe one day I say, okay, let's do it. It's a gift, and a remix is like taking the gift back. I don't really understand what you mean. Yo, thank you so much to Malobo for those beats. Thank you so much, man. How are you? People on Instagram, let's go to Twitch or to YouTube because the live stream is gonna be there, alright? By the way, now I'm gonna ask you for something that is gonna take literally 5 seconds to you, okay? Literally 5 seconds. My song, if you don't know, is on the Hype Edit Progressive House chart at top 5, okay? The top 5 in Progressive House chart. I want to reach number 1, especially because if I reach number 1, I will be also in the global chart, alright? Because, well, the number 1 right now is in the global chart, so if I beat the number 1, it will be also in the global chart, you know? We are number 5, so it takes just a second to download, and there's just one step that is connecting to your SoundCloud and giving a comment or so, but you can skip it. You know, when you click down, there's a text like you're gonna comment like this song, blah blah, and then says skip. You can click on that and you skip this process. So it takes literally 5 seconds to download. Then you can delete the song. I don't care. I honestly just want the download. If you want to get the extended version, of course you can do it and get it this way, you know. That depends on you. But literally will take 5 seconds. New song. 5 seconds and you will help me so much. I'm gonna share it also on YouTube. Okay, and I'm gonna wait. Your new song is great, by the way. Thank you so much. Look, I'm gonna show you how it's done. Okay. Are you seeing this? Yes. Okay, so here we have the download gate. You click on download. Okay, now you can see you can put a comment like, "Oh, it is the best song I've ever heard," and you can connect your SoundCloud. But if you don't want, here you have the skip. You click on skip and you click on download. This simple. You download the song. Okay. I need to put at least one step, so that's why SoundCloud is there, and maybe you want to support even more and you want to do that comment. But it takes, as you can see, literally 5 seconds. You help me so freaking much, and maybe tomorrow we can be at number 3, number 2, even number 1. If all of you that you are now watching this live stream, you do it, you download it, maybe we can reach that, you know. So if you don't mind taking 5 seconds in exchange of the live stream I'm gonna do, of listening to your music, giving you feedback, tips, and all of that, that would mean a lot to me, to be honest. People on Instagram, you can also do it. The link is in the bio. Alright? Just download it right now. Great intro. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Victor. You know, to be honest, I hate asking for these things. I hate it because sometimes I've been on the other side also, and I don't like when people ask me to do these kind of things. But it's something I have to do if I really want to reach the charts and all of that and get the song bigger. But also sometimes it's like, okay, if I've done it, if this person have helped me, why not helping this person, you know? Or for example, I've seen content creators, maybe not only on music, on all kind of things, that maybe have released something, for example, for video editing or thing like this, and it's like, I'm gonna support him, I'm gonna pay for this. Maybe it was $5, maybe it was $50, it depends on the thing. And sometimes I prefer to pay for somebody that I follow, of course, than somebody I don't really know. But obviously in this case it's completely free, you don't have to pay anything. It takes literally 5 seconds, okay? Nothing wrong with asking. Yeah, but I know it feels like a lot of spam and like, I don't know. Just download it, bro. Hope it helps. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. I think tomorrow, right now, with the downloads I have right now, I have 10 more than this morning. Probably tomorrow we can be at my number 4, number 3, I hope. Number 1 is going to be difficult to beat. But maybe even if I don't reach number 1, maybe I can be in the global chart. And being in the global chart could be really good, really useful. You know? Also, maybe I could do something like, I don't know if they really control this or not. Like, using bots or something like this, like creating 1,000 SoundCloud accounts and downloading the song. Obviously I don't want to do it. I don't want to do that, you know. I want to be fair. I want to real people download it. Also, I don't really know if that counts, if maybe they detect it or whatever. But yeah. How can I donate a few bucks for the live stream on Firefly? Sorry, new on Twitch. Look, if you wanna send me, if you read the title on Twitch, if you're gonna send me a song for feedback, as you can see, it says subscription equals priority, donation equals support. Okay, so basically, what we do here is I check randomly your songs, but if somebody wants to support and wants priority, he can subscribe. And if you subscribe, I give you priority and I tag your song. Like I put you in the beginning of the queue, you know, I tag your song instantly or almost instantly. So this way you can also support me, you know. Or if you want to donate, I am not sure how to do it. In the chat there's something like donate. Yo, Malobo, you've used your 8,000 points to get the priority. Thank you so much, man. Guys, if you didn't know, we raised the amount of points needed to get priority on Twitch, and now it's 8,000. It used to be 10,000. Did you see my priority redeem? Yes. When are you posting another episode of the Building My Studio? Probably this Sunday. Well, I posted one the past Sunday, and probably this Sunday I upload another one. That probably is gonna be the last one, because basically the studio needs like to put this screen, to have the MIDI keyboard, the computer, the audio interface, all of that. But then that's not really interesting for video. But then apart from that, I need to calculate where's the best position to sit, where's the best position for the speakers, all of that. But I want to make like a specific video for that, and not like a vlog, you know. So probably like the vlog series is gonna be the last one, and then I will make a video, like a final episode for the studio, and like how to get the better sound in your room and all of that, you know. People on Instagram, I'm gonna end this live stream really soon. So if you want to be in the live stream, if you want to send me your song, you need to go to Twitch or to YouTube. I don't care what platform you prefer. Alright, just go there and I will take your song. People on YouTube, come on guys, give a like to the live stream. It takes one click. 8 people, 1 like. Nah. Come on. There's also a free way to support your favorite content creator. You know? Giving likes, watching the videos, or watching the live streams. Portugal right here, gonna donate to a good neighbor. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Maybe this year, I'm not sure. We were talking with my girlfriend and 2 friends. Maybe we'll go to Portugal this year, in September, October. Or maybe we'll go to Sicily or Sardinia, but we're not sure. Probably it's gonna be about the what's cheaper, because we don't care about where we go. Te he enviado una canción, ¿la podrías revisar? Sí, si la has enviado, pues ahora empezaremos con el feedback. A ver si puedo escucharla. Portugal is cheaper. Sometimes yes, sometimes not. Fire new song. Thank you so much. I subscribe on YouTube and follow on Twitch. Thank you so much, Marius. Tear me apart. Why I lost the YouTube chat? Okay, now. I don't know if you realize the song is sounding in the background, this one. With Luca Testa. Has a problem in the name. The song says you tear me apart, okay? But the song is called Bring Me Apart. When Lucas sent the song to the label, made the mistake saying the name, and well, the name was that, you know. And then changing the artwork, changing the name on every platform and all that was a bit too annoying, so they decided to leave it like this. Latvia is cheaper for tourism. But Latvia is so cold, man. I don't really like cold places. I don't really like them. Guys, on Instagram, ending this live stream. If you want to be in the feedback session, you need to go to Twitch or to YouTube. Okay, waiting for you there. The link is in the story or in my Instagram channel or in the Instagram bio. Everywhere, just go there, send me your song, and I give you feedback. See you. Okay, let me end this. By the way, if any of you have watched the YouTube series about the studio building, what do you think so far about the studio? Do you like it? I installed, the last chapter is installing the ceiling panels that are already built. There is a mistake that is, I have a lamp, okay, and I cannot move that lamp because there will be a hole in the ceiling, and also maybe I don't like getting into the room is easier to turn on that light than go into the desk looking for the LED controller and turning on the LEDs, you know. So I decided to leave it, but I left too much space between the lamp and the panels, and maybe they could be a bit closer. Maybe the acoustics will be a little bit better. Maybe not. Sometimes this is the right place, but if you move it a little bit on the wrong place, it sounds better, you know. So you never know. Wait. Give me 1 second. Ooh. Used to the pain, but it's still got to 5 lips left. Okay, who's that? 1+1. Thank you so much for giving that subscription to your community. Thank you so much. I put you in the priority list also. 1+1. And Donald, you've been 15 live streams consistently here. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support for always, you know, Patreon and being here. And so, actually today I saw something that I could see. La asociación ha ido para Bell. At my searches part, am I as well in the list? Did you subscribe? There's a glitch on subscriptions. I see that you have the subscription badge, but I don't get the notification. Give me a second. I'm gonna go to Streamlabs. Maybe there I can see it better. But actually, I saw one place that I can see who on Twitch, not on YouTube, but who are the guys that watch more time of my live streams. And the weird thing is that the top 20 or something like this, they don't even talk. I didn't even know their names. It's weird. Alert box. Let me see if here skip. Jungle. Killers in the jungle. Do you know if in Streamlabs I can see the subscribers list? See subscribers list Twitch. Give me a second, guys, and we start with the feedback. Habla español, sí, claro. Bro, ¿hiciste mediciones acústicas de tu cuarto? ¿Dices antes o después? Antes no. Should try out Amrock to get better speaker position. I downloaded the, I think it's Magic Q? Magic... something like that? You have to talk to learn. Yeah, obviously. What do you think of the Tomorrowland Academy site? I got in there to send a song and also to participate in a Tomorrowland contest. About the chapters and so... I don't know. I think it's gonna be good, but for now it's a bit basic. At least for me. At least for me it's a bit basic. Give me a second, please. Creator dashboard. Wait. Because maybe this way, if I don't get notification of somebody getting subscribing, I can. You can access the information in the analytics section of your on your earnings page. View details in the subscribe section. Download my subscriber list. What the fuck is this? This is not what I wanted. Anyone can help me with this? Anda aceptando collabs. Ahora mismo la verdad es que no tengo ni tiempo para trabajar mis temas. Which countries do you find your tracks so well? Which countries do you find your tracks do well? Usually it's United States, India. Okay, now I got it. Add my sausage. Add my sausage. Thank you so much for subscription, and Octer Pocter. Thank you so much also for subscription. Okay, so we're gonna start with the feedback. Let me move this here, and let me move this here. All right. I can close this. I need to keep this on, this, and this. All right. So, well, if we put this one. All right, my beautiful face. This is the chat. This is the screen. The border is good. This border is good. This border is good. This border is good. Email. Okay. This is good. This is good. This is good. All right. Everything you see is fine. Correct. No personal things. Not illegal things. Not plus 18 things. Camera. Good. What is? Oh, yeah. This. Okay. Everything is perfect. Hello, algorithm. Okay, now that we are more people on Twitch, I take the advantage of telling you again that please, if you can, it takes literally 5 seconds to download my new song and help me reach the #1 spot on the Progressive House chart. Right now it's number 5. You only need to open this, click on download. Here, if you want, you can write a comment and connect your SoundCloud. If not, you can click here on skip and then download. This simple. You will help me so much. It's free. It takes literally 5 seconds and 2 clicks, 3 clicks, and you help me in a free way. All right. So if you can do it, thank you so much. And if you have more than one account and you want to do with more accounts, thank you so much. All right. So I'm gonna start first with one subscription. So this way we reduce the list because there's a lot. Dr. Malobo, what's your email name? Malobo. Okay. I don't have SonarWorks. We open SonarWorks, this way I can listen better. I need to reduce SonarWorks for the new studio, of course. Okay. Again, the camera is good, the chat is good, the camera is good, the chat is good. Screen. Email, SoundCloud. What you see is good. All right. Let's listen to this one. Okay, I was skipping because I think the idea is not bad, but I'm missing a vocal on top of this to make it more catchy, to make it more interesting, to make it sound fuller and not that. It sounds a bit empty right now, in my opinion. Especially the intro can be a bit boring. If you had a vocal on top, maybe it could be good, could be interesting. But right now, it's a bit too long with only this. You know? So it can make people skip the song, that's the problem. Then I think the mix is not bad. You use a bit to my sidechain. In the breakdown, I told this in the previous live stream, I think, or 2 live streams ago. But my advice on the break is to don't use a normal sidechain and use EQ sidechain. Okay, what I do is I go on around 130, something like this, make it steeper, and I control this going down and up. This way you make sure the low end is clean when you add a kick. Okay, but you don't get that reduction in the volume in the sound, so it sounds a bit more natural. Okay, and then in the drop, I would make this shorter. Maybe with a vocal is good, the length. I think the idea is good, but it sounds like the sidechain is way too aggressive, like you know, gets this effect, and I don't really like it. And maybe you could try to add some ambient sounds in the background while you have some some voices or so. I will try to add more reverb to the main synth at least, so it's where you add a bit more depth and more space to the song. I would try to get a bit fatter bass with a Reese bass sound or so. Right now it's like you have a bass and then you have a super saw on top, like I would try to get a Reese bass. I think will sound more unified and a bit more angry, I would say, and fuller in the low mids. There are some snares that are louder than others. I would have the same volume, because or if there's a difference, when I want to have a difference between the usually claps in the genres I produce, what I do is I have some that are longer and some that are shorter. You know, for example, let's say we're using this clap. Okay, so what I do is I make the second unique and I make it shorter, for example. So this way I get this. Let's say we're using, I don't know, this hi-hat. Something like this, for example. Something like this. Not that obvious, or sometimes yes, but not changing the volume, because changing the volume feels a bit more weird and like bad mixed or so. But yeah, definitely I think it needs a vocal on top to sound a bit fuller, more interesting, more catchy, keep the people interested in the song and so. Some shout words, yeah, maybe also. In the second part of the drop, like hey, 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 hey. Yeah, it could be good. All right, let's start with the first number game. For the people that is new, number game is so simple, and this is your chance to get feedback. Okay. I think on one number. If you guess this number, you get the feedback. It's this simple, okay? And as I always say, if you are on YouTube, YouTube has a bit more latency than Twitch. So you're watching right now these words a bit later than Twitch. So the people on Twitch starts earlier saying numbers, so have more chances to get the feedback, okay? Let me think on one number. Okay, the number I'm thinking is between 1 and 30. Be careful with typing so fast, because maybe you want to say 15 and 20 and you say 5,500, you know? Can I participate the game even if I don't want to claim the prize? Yeah, if you want to participate. Okay, we got it. We got it. The number was 13 and the person is Luca VD. Luca VD. Luca Van Damme. Oh, sorry. Luca Van Damme, right? Yes, okay.
We've been on it all for way too long, looking for a reason to belong. Now you gotta understand that this is my final call. This is my final call. Now you gotta understand that this is my final call. This is my final call.
Alright, I see a lot of potential in this idea, but it still needs some work. First of all, like Octar is saying, the vocal needs more reverb.
Looking for a reason to belong. Now you gotta,
you know, and also the reverb you have.
Understand that this is my.
The reverb you have sounds really mono and a bit short. I would increase a bit the delay. If you are making the reverb mono in any way, make it wider, okay, and maybe make it a little bit louder. Apart from this, the vocal has in the mid highs probably around 800, 1000, something like this. It is a bit strong there. I would try to reduce a little bit in those frequencies to make it sound a bit cleaner, a bit not that nasal, and sound a bit tighter. Okay. Do they have... Sausage, Octar? And 1 + 1, okay.
This is my final call.
This part is good, but the leads need some work. Right now they sound a bit too dull, like sad. They don't sound bright. They sound open, but not like in frequency wise. You know, like the energy. I would reduce a little bit on the mids, like 500, something like this, and then I would try to increase a bit more the highs. Maybe I would use a little bit of OTT to get this brightness, so this way you also get it a bit tighter.
Now you gotta understand that this is my final call. This is my final call. This is my final call.
And here I would do something with the leads, because right now it's like, you know, like if you remove the vocal, the leads are exactly the same in the build-up, like when they start in the drop, exactly the same. So I would do something with them, maybe filter the low end, so they sound thinner, and then in the drop, boom, you add all the energy, maybe add some reverb to them, so you push them to the background, and then the reverb you bring them to the front, something like this. So this way there's a contrast. If you remove the vocal, you will understand what I mean, that it sounds like flat, like there's no difference.
My final call.
Actually, because of the sidechain, they sound even a bit more quiet than in the build-up. Okay, you have a rolling bass, like I don't know if you did it with delays, with Rambo plugins or something like this, but what I would do is to add a kind of maybe a tom or maybe a plucky bass sound following it. So this way you can cover a bit more the 400, 500, 600 hertz. So this way we can hear it a bit more. You know, so this way you give more that rhythm and that energy.
What is lost can be found.
These tac tac claps, I would put one to the left and one to the right, like tac tac, but I would add a lot more reverb to them and reduce a little bit more in the mids, make them a bit more noisy and effect sound, you know, not like a normal clap.
What is lost can be found in our hearts, so come around if we just pick up the pieces. Oh, know that we ain't shatterproof, and if there's nothing
You need some of the OTT, you need some auto-tune in the vocal.
left to lose, then why would we dive in the deep end? We've been on it all for way too long, looking for a reason to belong. Now you gotta understand that this is my final call. This is my final call.
Also, I think the leads are a bit too much on the sides, you know, in the center you don't have any layer. So I always recommend to have one layer in the center, completely mono or almost completely mono. So this way you give more energy in the center, that sometimes we forget that. And from there, open the layer. You know, like you have one sound completely mono, then another one that is a bit wider, then one that's a bit wider, and one that is super wide. So this way you cover all the stereo spectrum, you know, with the leads, which is the main thing here. But if you only have the leads on the sides, then the center sounds empty and it sounds a bit weird most of the times. So I recommend you always having one in the center. Ish Music, thank you so much for the subscription. I put you in priority. Ish Music. Let's check now 1+1. By the way, let me know if you heard my song Africa Firefly. Let me know if you really think it sounds different. You know, in my opinion, it's not the common progressive house, not at all. It's also not like tech house. I would call it like melodic tech house, something like this, you know. For example, John Summit sometimes does something like this. Not that progressive house-ish, we could say. But I don't really know any other artist that made something like this. You know, I have some more songs prepared, one that I'm trying to sign, and all the songs that I want to finish as soon as possible. But I don't really know a lot of people making something like this. And let me know if you think it sounds original. If not, if there's other artists that maybe I don't know that make something like this, let me know. I want to read you. For me, the percussions are a bit loud. The vocal is extremely loud. Yo, Avernier, thank you so much. What happens today? The vocals are extremely loud. They need more clarity, more brightness to boost the highs, reduce a little bit on the mids, and probably will put it in mono. probably yes.
If you can't come, that's fine by me. Drop, I'm going in. Bass so loud, it's in my skin. Drink, and then repeat. Do it, do it. Watch me do my thing. Put some money, I'll make it rain. Stop, I'm going big. If you can't come, that's fine by me. And then repeat. Do it, do it.
You know what I would have? What I would have here?
Do it, do it.
You know, you have like
Do it, do it.
you have do it, clock and beep. You know, and with the clock, I would have a voice. You know, a breath of the vocal, like do it, beep. You know, I think that would cover the space and would sound pretty well.
Do it, do it. Watch me do my thing. Put some money, I'll make it rain. Stop, I'm going big. If you can't come, that's fine by me. Drop, I'm going in. Bass so loud, it's in my skin. Drink, and then repeat. Do it, do it.
You need to reduce a little bit the vocal, you need to reduce a little bit the drums, and with that probably the kick is gonna stand out a bit more. Right now it's a little bit masked in the background. Maybe you can boost also a little bit the top highs, the high frequencies of the kick.
Watch me do my thing. Put some money, I'll make it rain. Stop, I'm going big.
The vocal is a little bit dry.
Do it, do it, do it. Watch me do my thing. Put some money, I'll make it rain. Stop, I'm going big. And if you can't come, that's fine by me. Drop, I'm going in. Bass so loud.
Here maybe you can work with the vocal a lot, like you don't have any bass, any pads or anything, you have just drums and the vocal. So maybe you can work with the vocal, adding a lot of reverb and delay and reverse swells, like something like this. Something, I think I have a video. Wait. Regarding Firefly, yes, or quite different. I am usually into techno, hard techno, but this track caught my attention. Well, if you're into techno or hard techno, obviously the sounds pretty different. Design World is doing a live stream. That's why maybe there's less people today. He was doing them on Thursday, not Wednesday. Wildcrow. I think it was this. How I hate that YouTube translates the titles. Okay. This hardstyle rear vocal effect. Okay, you put Wildcrow hardstyle vocal and you have it. And basically what I'm doing in this video is having the vocal, and in the background I have the vocal with the reverb but in reverse. And that's gonna add a lot of space, gonna make it sound really interesting, and it's gonna add the space in general and make it more unique and more interesting, and can cover a lot of space and can make this part a lot better. You know, not that just like vocal and drums that right now sounds really empty and basic.
Put some money, I'll make it rain. Stop, I'm going big. Bass so loud, it's in my skin. Drink, and then repeat. Do what you want when you're here with me.
Here with that strong delay, or maybe even two delays. I have an Instagram reel explaining this. Having two different delays, so instead of it will be like something like this, and can make it also even more interesting. Apart from that, the song is good. The song is strong, is tight, and can work well in clubs. Hey man, I just heard from a label on a track that they work with someone. They asked for a stem so they can mix it. It was already mixed and mastered. Asked them, but they said they will do it for free. Is this common? To be honest, it's not common, because labels didn't have time for that. Okay, 90% of the labels, they listen to your song, they like it, let's do it. They don't like it, forget about this one, let's take the next one. Sometimes there are some labels that maybe if the mastering is not right, they master it for you to get a professional sound or a sound that they want for their label. Mixing is a bit more weird. It depends on the label. For example, if you send the song to, let's say, Revealed, and they want to mix it and master it, I would trust them. And maybe they really trust in the song, they really like the song, but the mix is a bit muddy or a bit not clear, and the master is not good, and so they really want to support you, which 10 years ago, I would say, yeah, let's do it. But nowadays, that's not really happening. They really trust in someone that already is working, that already have fans, that already have good songs, that already have streams, that already have a fan base, But if it's a small label, I'm not saying that they're gonna take your sound, they're gonna steal it, but I don't know. In my case, I would just tell them no. Like, okay, tell me what you want me to change, and I will do it. But again, depends on the label. I remember one label that, which one was? I think it was Glow Records, where I released one day. I think it was that one. They told me some things of the mixing. I told them, yeah, let's tell me, because they told me the same, like, send me, I think it was only on the vocal, like, send me the instrumental on the vocal and I will mix it. And I said, let's tell me what do you want me to change? What do you prefer? What do you want here? They told me, I improve it, they like it, and I release it. A lot of labels do this actually. If they really love the track, Stamp, Afterlife, Select, and June, Armada, Future House Music, Mismatch, Mentalo, all do this for a track that isn't quite there that I'm aware of. Yeah, but if you never released there, it's a bit more strange, All right, let me take another priority because there's a lot and I want to reduce the list. At my sausage, can you tell me your email name? Because it's not at my sausage. Melbergs 73. Arthurs.
Feels like a fever dream. I never knew you'd mean so much to me. You reached out your hands and cast a spell on me, and now the black magic flame ignites. The nights used to be so dark and lonely.
So far sounds good. The vocal is a bit loud. If you reduce the volume, it will fit more, it will glue more with instrumental. Also, it had a bit too much meat, around 500, I think, 500 hertz. Control the S-ing because they are so loud. Use it the stronger the S-er.
You reached out your and magic night.
That downlifter is super loud.
Nights used to be so dark and lonely till you came up.
Vocal seems a bit muffled. I think it's good. It could have a bit more brightness, but I think it's good.
Long and brought out to a neon summer.
Oh, that ticking sound in the right makes me feel a bit weird.
Now we're walking through
But it's like hitting at the right and like a reverse on the left. That makes me feel a bit weird. I would have that in the center.
Neon summer dream. Can't you show me who you are? Show me the things I thought I'd never see. Show me the things you know I would. Me the things
I would have probably because you don't have anything in the build up like telling me how the drop is gonna sound. Maybe I would have a fake drop at the beginning, like wait,
show me the things
like here where the drop starts, and you have no drums and like wow, 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 and then poof, you start with the drop. You know, so it's ways like okay, you don't tell me how the leads are gonna be in the build up, but you tell me before the drop.
show me the things I thought I'd never see. Show me the things you know I would not believe. You know.
That drop is like that, yeah, but I heard it. I checked it because to know if you did this, but it's not the same drop. So maybe I would have it here also. I don't know.
I can loosen up and just be
The shakers you have a resonance in the high frequencies. It annoys me a little bit.
free. Let me show you who I am tonight.
Now it's louder.
I can loosen the place where I
Yeah, the shakers are really annoying. Are destroying my ears. Like it's really loud. There's a resonance there.
keep all my thoughts in subtlety. God, show me what you want tonight.
A bit too quiet this part. I will probably have the vocal here with a lot of reverb in the background. Maybe some words like I don't know what it says, but na na and shh, the reverb. Da, 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 and the reverb.
The night I met you feels like a fever dream. You know I never knew you'd mean so much to me. You reached out your hands and cast a spell on me. And now the black magic flame ignites. The nights used to be so dark and lonely, till you came along and brought out all the light. Now we're walking through a neon summer dream. Can't you show me who you are tonight? Show me the things I thought I'd never.
All this part I think is good and interesting and beautiful and so, but evolves so slow. All this part is a bit empty and boring, and then this evolves so slow. So people can lose the tension and skip the song.
See, show me the thing loosen up tonight.
Have a reverse sound of that first synth, like ooh, bum, bum, bum. So this way we know it's coming, and not all of a sudden.
God, show me what
idea in general is good, and the drop have a lot of strength and is interesting, quite well mixed. Especially the hi-hat, the shaker is what is annoying me, but the rest is pretty good. Good luck with this one. How many submissions in queue? There is no queue here. The only queue is the priority, but they alternate that with not priorities, so there's not really a queue. Let's say I send the stamp to the label and they do a mix. Should I sign the contract after listening to their mix? Of course. Of course. Because what if you don't like the mix that they do? Maybe they just make it sound cleaner, or maybe they change a lot the balance of the song and you don't like it. Today I'm super tired. Super tired. Okay, let's do a number game. All right. The number I'm thinking is between 50 and 75. If you get it, if you guess it right, you get the feedback. Okay, it was so quick. The number was 61, and the first one saying 61 is Lexem. Lexem. Probably you don't have the name right on the email. Oh, you do. Luis Martins. Okay. Let's check this one.
Staring at the ceiling, trying to fight the feeling deep inside your heart. You know,
I'm gonna stop
it
yawning.
isn't
It's not
what
because of you guys. It's not because of the song. It's just I'm tired all day. Really, I need 10 coffees every day, but I don't want to, so that's why I'm like this.
was. Anxiety is growing like fog over the ocean. Hoping, wishing, praying that it's gone when you get
This vocal sounds so much like Martin Garrix.
it up. You can try to wrestle.
Like Martin Garrix type of vocals, I mean, of course. I think I would reduce a little bit on the mids, 500 Hz, something like this, and add a lot more high frequencies on 10,000 or maybe even more. I don't know if you know this trick. Can seem a bit stupid, but there's a plugin. Wait, what the fuck I'm doing? The Mackie Q. Okay, if you don't have Mackie Q, you can have a free alternative that is Lufticus. I don't have it. I have it installed. Yeah, Lufticus is a free alternative. Okay, and both of these, as you can see here, this is the high frequency band: 2.5K, 5K, 10K, 20K, 40K, 40,000 Hertz. Okay, and you boost it with this. This works really great with vocals. You can do it here also, 40K and boost it. It works really great with vocals. Why? Actually, this one is more precise than this. Why? Because of the curve it has. The curve it has, I don't know, it sounds different than if you boost on 20 or in 10K, you know? So in the end, it makes it sound, it gives a really cool brightness, really fresh sound. It sounds so good. And in vocals, it sounds really great.
With the mirror, but the truth,
Yes, you can still submit.
it could be anything.
Fresh Air, I downloaded that plugin, I tried, and I don't know. I'm not a big fan of, apart from Soothe, I'm not a big fan of the plugins that there's something that you cannot really control, like in terms of EQ. Like you just play it and it does something. Like for example, the Clarity or the Clarity or the other similar module of Isotope. Sometimes I use it, but most of the times not.
You've been fighting it off just like a fever, but there's no
Lufticus.
use holding it back. Sometimes you need the rain to know you miss the sun. Sometimes you need the pain to know it is your love.
You need to make the song louder.
Sometimes the one you hold, you gotta let him
Okay, several things about this. First of all, it still needs more work, more energy, more brightness. You need the layers to sound a bit fuller with more high frequencies. The mid bass also needs a bit more mid highs to have a bit more gritty sound. And the synth in general need to be a bit louder compared to the kick. Then with the mastering, you need to make everything sound more squeezed and so. But I also feel like this sound is a bit overdone, you know, and outdated. It's more of 2018 progressive house, not like nowadays. And nowadays, making normal progressive house is a bit difficult. But especially what I wouldn't use is these claps that you have. The drop claps of Kashmir, the ta 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 kind of claps don't really work anymore. I wouldn't have it. I would have instead maybe a ride or any kind of cymbal for like a tss, 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 together with a kick, but not claps, you know. You also have a bit too much sidechain on the leads.
Nuts inside your stomach. Do you have to hurt him so you don't hurt anymore? You could try to wrestle with the mirror, but the truth, it can't be any clearer than that. You've been fighting it.
This kick needs a lot more energy. It doesn't have enough lows. Also would filter a bit of the highs with a high cut, so this way we can basically feel the kick but sound a bit different from the drops. This way the drop sounds more different with more energy and so.
It off just like a fever, but there's no use holding it back. Sometimes you need the rain to know you miss the sun. Sometimes you need the pain to know it isn't love. Sometimes the one you hold, you gotta let him go. 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 You gotta let him go.
The drop is too loud compared to the break. But the song has potential. It's not mastered yet. When you send a song for demo, for promo, or for feedback like this, I don't think you need to well, if you send it for a demo, yes, but when you send it for feedback, for example, I don't think you need to master the song, but at least I would put a limiter on the master and make it hit 0 dB on most of part of a drop and just do that. So this way it sounds loud. This way you will give a better impression to the person that is listening to the song, you know. Have you tried Noise Ash Vocal Finalizer? No. What's that? What does it do? Okay, octatones. Kaigo Joe Halland song UK Hardcore. What the hell?
Halla, og så står det til. Har ikke sett deg i det siste, har du gått deg vill? Jeg har vært og møkka låt og tjent 1000 mil. Forresten har jeg også vært og kjøpt meg gassgrill. Om du lurte har jeg også vært på butikken. Vært og handla inn i det.
Well, the vocals don't seem to be like easy to improve, you know, because it's how it's recorded. Maybe you can do something. There's Adobe Podcast. Adobe Podcast is a website that you put the vocal and it does artificial intelligence to make it sound like basically you are using a Shure SM7B and you're talking like this to the microphone. It sounds really warm, really close to you. Maybe that can help it, can improve the quality of this vocal. And then from there, because it's gonna sound a bit too warm, and so from there you can maybe make it brighter, apply the reverb, and so maybe that helps and is easier than doing it yourself.
For jeg har mye spenn. Selvfølgelig skal jeg dele ut med deg, min venn. For jeg vet du ikke har altfor mye spenn igjen. Ja, det får en si, det jo hyggelig. Du gjorde dagen min og
The claps are a bit have a bit too much meat, so a bit more like ko 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 ko.
jeg meget fly skal kjøpe mobil med abonnement uten bindingstid som jeg skal bruke på dagen og på kveldstid. Gutta kan bare slutte å fatte så mye. Nå ble det ikke noe løye. Far heller om verdenskrise. Jeg synes mye.
There's a problem in this song. The mids are a bit muddy, especially because of the vocal. But then, if you remove the vocal, or if you try to make all of that super clean, it's gonna sound a bit empty. You try to add more synth for the chords or arps or whatever. The kick is a bit loud. I like a lot the melody. I think the leads maybe can sound a little bit brighter, but apart from that, they sound good. The kick again is a bit loud. Give me a second, guys. I'm doing something a little bit important. Okay, so as I said about this song, the leads and so sound pretty good. I think the vocal is the one that has a bit more problem, and the kicks usually are a bit loud, but the melodies are really good and the energy is really good. Apart from that, good one, man. I was analyzing a record label. It was a decent label, but I saw the artist who was releasing on it, and they all had the most listeners in the same country, being Mumbai. Well, Mumbai is not a country, but yeah. Can this mean they are targeting the country only? Maybe because it's cheap? Yeah, it can be. It can be that, or it can be that they use bots. Wait, sorry. Okay, let's take the next one. Let's do a number game. All right. Number game. All right. The number I'm thinking is between 10 and 40. If you guess the number, you get the feedback. Is your new studio ready? Not fully. The acoustic panels are built. I think I need to put a bit more next to the door, but yeah, basically it's built on that. I need to put all the gear. It's because India has the world's largest population and some of the densest population density locations. You can target millions for cheap. Yeah. But all of them in the same country can be because of bots also. Okay, we got it. The number was 21 and the first one is Daxton. Can you tell me your email name? Daxton. Ah, it's Daxton. Okay. When I mean email name, okay, guys, I don't mean the address. I mean this name that I can see here. It's cheaper for me to find it, you know? Especially all the song, all the synth and so have a bit too much mid frequencies. The vocal has too much mid frequencies. This I think is a sitar, right? Also has too much mid frequencies. And this one also too much mids, and you're making like a ball of mid frequencies that is making it sound a bit dirty.
Outside, I'm on fire though. I put that dot to your top like United. Yeah, that's your girl in the back hitting that high note. And that's her best friend rolling up some Fido. None of these niggas cannot fuck with me, I get them lost. None of these niggas cannot fuck with me, I am a boss. I let my chain hang on me, get them pissed off. And I stay between two bitches cause I had to floss.
The vocal doesn't have a lot of space. I don't know if it's just a test or so because it's so short and the vocal is just at the end. The vocal doesn't have enough space, so use a bit of EQ sidechain. If you reduce the mids of the sound I told you, the vocal will have more space, but then it sounds a bit too...
Yeah, that's your girl in the back hitting that high note. And that's her best friend rolling up some fire.
Maybe I would reduce a little bit the top highs with a high shelf, but the rest is good. The rest is good. Good idea, man. I don't know if it is just a test so far, just 1 minute, but the idea is good. I think you can check that on Submit Hub. I don't recommend you checking like if a playlist is good or not on Submit Hub. Like the followers or so, they have a graph of followers, but that doesn't really work well. So I'm there, and for example, the first when I sign into the website, if you check my playlist, if it didn't get solved, but I think not. The first day it says like maybe I got 1,000 followers, and it's because it's just the day I signed in, so they didn't have any stats from my playlist, and when I get in and maybe have 1,000 followers, it says that I got 1,000 in one day, but that's not the truth. So I don't recommend that. I would focus more on, I think there was one called Charmetric, another one Spot on Track, I think it was called Spot on Track. The tech-ish music. Silent Dance, original mix. Okay, I'm not into hard techno at all, okay? But for me, the punch of the kick, it needs a bit more low end, a lower punch. This punch is like in the mid highs and high frequencies, like tack, tack, tack. But you need a bit more strength on the low end, like 100 hertz, to give me the oomph and the hit on the chest, like boom, boom, boom. Okay, apart from that, the rumble sound, I think, is a bit too dirty even for this genre. Of course, depends on the song, and maybe when I listen now, I will say, okay, it fits with the style of the song you're making. But for me right now, it's a bit dirty. Wildcrow, are you placing panels in your back wall? I did my studio last year, and back panels did the most for bass control. If you mean back of the monitors, okay, so in my front one, this one right here, this wall, yes, I have panels and I have bass traps, and so. If you mean the back one, my back, no, because I have a built-in closet, so I cannot move it. I cannot put something on top. If the room was a bit longer, maybe I would have standing panels and have them there. But it's not really a possibility. So no, I don't have anything in the back. I know that's a problem, but it's what it is. In the end, you have to work with what you have, I would like to have a bit bigger room like this one right here. I could have a bit more acoustic treatment, everything more comfortable, like a DJ side and a production side without touching anything. Maybe have standing panels, but not a chance. His monitors are front ported, bass traps behind the monitors. No, these ones are front ported, okay, are here. But the ones I'm gonna use in my new studio are the Adam T8V that they have the bass in the bass port in the back. But that's why there are bass traps and so. I think this snare and these rides are a bit loud for this part. I mean, they are even louder on the synth, and I would have them kind of the same volume. For me, the drop is a bit repetitive. Also not into these genres, but for me, it's repetitive. Now the reverb of this acid sound, I think the room is super small, way too small. You hear more the reverb, but I think it doesn't fit. Like here, the room is really big. Like you are in I don't know, in a really big space, and then this feels like a really small room. Yeah, for me a bit repetitive. Not a lot into the genre. I don't think it's a bad song, but yeah, the things I already mentioned. Don't go bigger than 6-inch, otherwise you will get bass build. Plus a 6-inch will sound like 8, since they are so close to the wall. Just helping out. It took me a lot of... Yeah, I mean, I only have this one that is 5-inch and the Adam T8V that are 8-inch, okay? I know in smaller rooms you need to have a bit smaller speakers, is better. In this room, for example, this room is really big. It was meant to be for two people, for 2 siblings, you know. And here I could have 8-inch perfectly, or even 10-inch. On the one I'm building my studio is way smaller, but I think the 8-inch woofer will not be a problem because I have a lot of treatment. That's the first thing, you know. I have treatment in the front wall, in the corners, in the sides, in the ceiling, not in the back, sadly, but have a lot. Also, I'm gonna do some tests to have the speakers at the best position possible, and also I will use SonarWorks, so if there's a big boost in any low-end frequency, I can control that with SonarWorks, you know, or maybe with the built-in EQ of the speaker. So this way I control it a bit more, because in the end is what they said, you need to work with what you have, you know. Track is already on Spotify, but I will definitely take all the tips for my next track. Muchas gracias. So far it has like 600 streams on Spotify, but I'm not sure how can I promote it more. I have... Maybe I can remake it. Don't remake it. Just go for another song. To promote it, I have videos on YouTube. Like how to get more streams, how to promote it, how to get it viral on socials, all of that. So just go to my YouTube channel and check all those videos. They will help you so much, for sure. So yeah, basically it's what I said. Now what I need to do, probably tomorrow, I will bring everything to the studio, you know, put the screen there, put the laptop, the MIDI keyboard, everything, and start doing some tests with I think it's called Magic EQ. I'm not sure right now what's the name of the app. With a measurement, a microphone, checking where's the best spot for everything, checking where it has boost, reductions, what happens if I go a bit forward, a bit backwards, you know, all of that. I cannot really move the acoustic panels. That's the problem. The problem of that room is that it has a built-in closet that then is doing a big corner with the wall. So it's something like, well, I have this studio. Look. This is my studio, okay? So the problem is that you enter from this side, you have a wall here, and this right here, this is the closet. You know, I cannot just take it out. This is the closet. So yeah, if it was my house, I would just destroy this probably, you know, so I have a normal rectangular room, and I could have here acoustic panels, and also I would have more space. I would have less space to put things in drawers or something, but I would have a better acoustics. So I cannot really have something here, and here it creates a bit. Actually, didn't. Well, I just clapped, you know. But with the clap, I hear a lot of flutter echo here. That I maybe need to put a small panel right here behind the door, so this way I don't get that echo. But apart from that, I have acoustic panel here, bass trap, acoustic panels, bass trap, acoustic. Well, this is not the idea. No, I don't. You don't have it here. and then I have on the ceiling, so it's quite well treated. JKI helped me so much to get the best position. Well, also depends. For example, I have a window here, so I can have acoustic panel right here. So that's also a problem. But in the end, you need to work with what you have, and they help me so much to get the best position possible for the panels, the best panels possible, the most amount of panels possible. You know. Umbra will show you your problem areas, but isn't this one? This one is the one I look. The Wizard Room Acoustic Software. This one. Is better Amrock? Rock. How does this work? Oh, I'm not showing you. Sorry. This is the one I checked. You know, so it's way with the microphone. I check the frequencies and all of that. Oh, I think this guy is from Adam. The speakers I have. Amrock. So you put the room. Let me check something. Okay, so length, width, and height. Length. Yeah, the problem is that okay. There was not rectangular room. Okay, so now what? 247, 247, 48, 340 something. Something like this. This is 22, 22. So this needs to go a bit smaller. This should be 75. Okay, so now what? And the height. The height is 260. 260. Okay, 3D. Alright, calculate 5 models for free. So what is this? Now what? Give me a second and we continue with the feedback, don't worry. Now what? What do you do with this? Not that one, but the other one was not good for me. This one is not good for me because my room is not rectangular. Although I can put it, it was like 350, 250, 260, something like this. So these are the frequencies that are... Oh, destroying my speakers. These are the speakers, the frequencies that are worse in my room. That they need to treat more. Or what? I don't get this. Okay, but what do I do with this? The red and blue is where you need to treat, but what's the front side? What's the back side? For example, this one, what's the red? The back side, the front side? It's like this, it's like this. Well, never mind. I will check it by myself maybe another day. I think it's better if you measure it by yourself because every room is different and you have maybe some acoustic treatment and so. What I'm thinking is to put a carpet. In Spain it's not common to have carpets, especially in my zone because it's so freaking hot, especially in summer. But people say that it works. So I'm not sure if I should maybe get one or not. Well, let's continue with feedback. Let's do another number game, all right? Number game. The number I'm thinking is between 20 and 50. If you get it, you get the feedback. Pink noise testing your room is the best as it's account for the material of the walls. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Sorry guys, happy now, Wildcrow. Thank you so much. If you want to talk to me on Instagram, if you really know about acoustic treatment, you can help me so much and I can ask you things if you want to help. Okay, numbers. Nobody yet. Nobody yet. I'll send you a message. Thank you so much, Victor. No. Oh. No. Okay, we got it. The number was 39. The first person saying 39 is Atheridum. Let's check this one. Okay, I think the kick is not the right one for this song. I think this kick is more for progressive house, some kind of pop radio house, something like this. I think here you need a bit more angry kick. Also, the bassline sound you're using sounds a bit basic. I like a lot this indoor piano. I would use a bit on the mids of it. Yeah, the mid sound a bit muddy. I wouldn't have sidechain here. I really like the vibes now. It feels a bit like some third-party song, something like this. I think you need to keep building energy and harmonies. For example, if you check my last song, Africa Firefly, you will see that in every part of the drop, I introduce something new. For example, the first part of the first drop, it's just the synth. Then I open a bit the synth and I add some chords. Then I add another layer on the synth and I add more chord sounds. So this way, I keep building the energy and the harmonies. I see potential in this one, but right now it's still a bit basic and a bit thin or weak, you know? Keep working on it. Guys, I'm gonna go get something to eat really quick, and I come back in 30 seconds, okay? I'm here. Everybody left. Alright, let's check now Avenir. On this one, I would change the arrangement. What I would do, and I thought what you were doing to do this, is after this, probably would have like bum, 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 and you have a drop, like a kind of raw drop, like boom, 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 something like this. Quite raw, and maybe the that piano like bum, 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 something like this. Maybe just an 8-bar drop. If you want, you can keep building the energy or so, but maybe just an 8-bar drop, and then you have this. You have the build up, and you have this. I think that can work really well. You give the energy pretty fast, you give them one drop, and then you keep building energy for the second drop. In terms of mixing, it's good. Of course, everything sounds a bit filtered, but because it's more kind of deep sound.
Bits and pieces, but lately I don't know who this is. Left with fragments, just the glimpses, but all the madness is gone in my head. You're a stranger now.
The shakers are a bit loud. Also, the shakers, maybe I would make them a bit short and stuff. More like and then try to give a bit more space to the vocal. Some EQ sides can work on this.
Speak so loud, stealing all of my energy. You never seem to put my mind at ease. On the street, on the street, on the street. On the street.
Not sure about the kick. I think the kick is good. Maybe could find a better one, but I don't think this one is bad. The mix is quite good, especially the mid frequency could sound a bit cleaner, a bit more with more definition, a bit sharper, we could say. And the vocal could have a bit more space, but I think it's quite good. Not really my thing, but I don't think it sounds bad. Okay, maybe I have to finish the live stream a little bit earlier than I wanted, because, well, I was replying some messages. I told you something I need to do pretty quick that that was unexpected. So thank you much for the feedback. Spent 3 hours on the melody and chords, additional 3 hours on the first drop of the song, including arrangement, on 2 separate days. I will try to fix the issue to the track. Anyway, thank you so much. I mean, the time is not really relevant. Sometimes you can work 10 minutes on a melody and use that one, and sometimes maybe you need like 20 hours on the melody. And maybe when you're already building the song, actually, on Africa Firefly happened this. The original idea is not close, well, a bit close, like the melody and so, but not the same vibe and so, like the final idea. The rhythm of the bass was different. The vibe of the scene of the synth was different. And when I already had basically the full song built, I was like, let's try another thing, and it worked. All right, let's do a number game. There are no more priorities, so number game. Ooh. The number I'm thinking is between 1 and 20. If you guess it, you get the feedback. So quick. The number was 17. The first one is wheat. Can you tell me your email name? Do you save your old ideas as you develop new ideas? What I'm doing lately, wheat. What I'm doing lately, because my computer can handle this, I take all the project, and in the playlist I take that, I move it to the right, and I copy, you know? So on this one, I do the changes, and next to it I have the older idea so I can compare faster, and I don't need to open 2 different projects or so. And for example, on this one I think I have like 4 copies, something like this.
Underneath the moonlit sky, love so deep but so to reply. Feelings drift and feelings stay, guiding me along the way. Can't trust myself when I'm with you. My feelings clash, you make it so. If anything, you sabotage. Feelings drift and feelings stay, guiding me along.
You need to give a bit more warmth and body to the vocal. So I would increase probably a little bit on 300-400 hertz. That will give more body. And then you need to reduce a little bit on the mid-highs because it sounds a bit too like in a bad speaker or in a radio or so. And probably that's because around 1000 hertz is a bit loud, so reduce a little bit there. I think that would be enough.
Can't trust myself when I'm with you. My feelings clash, you make it so. If anything, you said was true. I'll give in, let my feelings show. Let my feelings show. Clash, you said was true. Give in, let my feelings show. Let my feelings show.
I don't know why, but when the drop starts, it's like, for me, it feels like it didn't start.
Feelings show. Let my feelings show.
Maybe because it doesn't have any downlifter, you know? I think you could have like in the second beat, like pum pum, tss, something like this, and could give that energy like the drop started, you know? I think the drop sounds quite clean, quite balanced, good. I just think it needs a bit more warmth, so maybe with this lead you could add some chords following the same rhythm, and so that the chords are covering more the mid frequencies, or maybe you could add some extra layers covering a bit more the mid frequencies, so it's where it sounds a bit warmer and a bit fuller. And then this one is good, but for me, this personal taste, I would do a smooth high cut, really soft one, controlling the top high frequencies. But the rest is good, man.
Sunrise brings a brand new dawn. Early morning, then it's gone. Feeling
Here would have basically no reverb on the vocals. And probably here would have a fader like bum 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 boom boom, and then you have the drop. Pretty good idea, to be honest. Pretty cool idea. I think same thing. This is not that trendy anymore, so it's gonna be difficult to sign on labels and so. But good one. All right. I think I want to take just one more song because I said I wanted to do today a longer live stream, but there's something unexpected that I need to solve that is gonna take me some time, and I need to do it before tonight. So I need to work on that. Number game. The number I'm thinking is between 1 and 40. 1 and 40. If you guess the number, you get the feedback. Why I'm not getting in this chat the numbers? I'm not getting the numbers. What the hell? People on Twitch, you're not participating today on this one? Okay, between 1 and 30. Between 1 and 20. Between 1 and 15. Okay, we got it. It was number 3. The first one is raw stem. Raw stem. Do you have that name on email? No. Please tell me your email name. Rock G. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, and when I receive songs like this, I always say the same. I cannot really give you feedback, because it's not like, okay, this is too loud, this is quiet, this needs to be solved here. You need more reverb, less reverb, more mids, less mids. It sounds dirty. No. The problem here is that you need to work on basically everything. Okay, first of all, you need better samples. For example, this kick is not good, okay? This kick has a lot of mid frequencies, doesn't have any low end, any punch. The synths are really basic, you need to add more layers to the synth. Transitions, you need to improve them. You need to keep the song evolving, you know, not only by drums, but basically here is the same vibe and energy, and so like here, you know. So the only thing that can really help you is just keep working. Add some reference songs in your projects, check what they are doing, do the same thing, but with your own melodies, with your own sounds, but do the same thing. Maybe remake famous songs, so this way you know what they are doing, how to improve, how to get those sounds. And if you can download also some FOPs or projects of your DAW, so this way you can improve and see what people is doing to make the song sound better, okay? Sorry for bothering you. I want to offer promotion of your channel. Block. All right. Okay, one more number game, because I couldn't really give feedback on this one. The number I'm thinking is between 30 and 50. It seems like the app I'm using to connect both chats is not detecting well the YouTube chat, or it goes slower when there are a lot. Rawbeard, man, you're the only one saying the numbers. I said 30 and 50. 22 is not between those, and 25 neither. 60 is also not between 30 and 50. Rawbeard, you are repeating numbers. Okay, we got it. Number was 41. The first one is Uproot the Fiasco. Uproot the Fiasco. What's your email name, man? Uproot the Fiasco. By the way, we'll like on Friday. I don't watch football. Uproot the Fiasco. Okay, I see it. Ben. Guys, by the way, I want to remind you that my new song is number 5 on the Progressive House chart, and with your download, that is free, takes 5 seconds, and you can even skip the steps to download it. You help me to reach the number 1 and maybe also the global chart. I'm just gonna show you again. Okay, when you open the link, you will see this. You click download. You can skip this, clicking here and skip, and you download. It's literally 3 clicks. 3 simple clicks that takes what, 5 seconds? I mean, let's refresh this. 1, 2, 3, 3 seconds. 3 seconds, and you help me. You know, this simple. If you want to comment and so, you can do it, of course. But you can skip it and download it. And in 3 seconds, you help me so freaking much. So much. Okay? I think everything sounds too much in the background, and then here you're just repeating the same thing. So you're making the song boring. So I will basically cut all of this or add new things here. You're pushing the synth way too much to the background. Also here, I hear a bass completely on the sides. I wouldn't have this. Sometimes the bass can be a little bit wider. Doesn't need to be always completely mono. We're in 2024. World is digital. There's no problem with that. But I wouldn't have it completely in the sides. The drums are really good. Sound really clean. Sound really tight and so. But the synth sounds so much in the background. The bass is way too wide. I think this new scene that you hear is not really working. It's a bit too angry or ugly for this song. And also it's a bit off key, it feels. Maybe a drop is way too long. I would have a break or maybe even a bridge and then continue a drop if you want to, but just like this is way too long. The idea has potential, but you still need to work on it. Guys, as I said, I need to leave earlier than I wanted because I need to do some unexpected things that need to be done as soon as possible. All right. Next week I will do another live stream. I hope next week I'm already in the new studio, and I hope I have enough connectivity to do the live stream. So this way there are no problems with that. I think so. It should be good. If here is good, I should be good there. As I always say, if I couldn't check your song, if you pay attention to everything I say, you're learning, even if I don't check your particular song. And then when you check your song, you're probably going to realize about a lot more problems than that I found in other people's music. But you already know how to how to solve it. Can you say happy birthday to me? Happy birthday, Jesper. So yeah, next week, Wednesday, another live stream. Wednesday? Yeah, another live stream, Wednesday. And nothing else. See you next week. All right. Yes, next week. Maybe the following one I will not do a live stream because I will need to prepare everything for Tomorrowland. And then, yeah, 2 weeks more on July. All right. See you next week. Okay. Thank you so much for being here, for subscribing, for following, for commenting in the chat, for sending your music, for participating in the number game, or for any other thing. And if you downloaded the song, again, thank you so much. I put the link again so you can do it right now. You saw that it takes literally 3 seconds, 3 freaking seconds to do it. Okay. And you help me so much, and maybe tomorrow we are number 1 and we are in the global chart, and that will help me so much. If you really like the song and you want to help me in exchange of my videos or these live streams or whatever, this is the way to do it. Thank you so much, and see you next week. Goodbye.